Well, good morning from probably one of the most beautiful places like I've ever seen. But as you can tell behind it, it's pretty breathtaking. It's a bit nippy this morning. It's like 40 degrees. It's supposed to be like a high of almost 100. So we're trying to get our hikes in early today. But we're going to go take a quick jaunt up to a petroglyph and a pictograph site up in an alcove of this canyon, about 2.5, 3 miles. And then we're going to come back and then dot some more of them up this canyon, do some smaller hikes, and enjoy a much needed break. Some crazy things have been happening in my life. I'll probably tell at the end of the year, but enough of me yapping. Let me turn this around and let's get going. Oh, I should also say that today there will be no drone shots, unfortunately, because that would make this amazing if I could get some drone shots. I always respect the law, especially when I'm like in a wilderness area or a recreation area where the federal government has, or the state government has, laws against using them. So always check before you fly, and always be prepared, especially in the desert. So anyways, now I'm done yapping. Let's go. So the area I'm at is sometimes referred to as the Little Grand Canyon. It is out here in the central part of Utah in the San Rafael Swell. So most people already know where this is. Also, maybe wondering why I'm walking on a road. Well, back at the turnoff for the trailhead, the road up here is washed out. So I figured, just park the truck and give myself a little bit of a walk this morning. You know, never hurts to put a few miles under the feet, right? You may be asking yourself, who created this site? Who would want to live in this far remote canyon where there's little water, little shade, and in the summer it's unforgiving, in the winter even more unforgiving? Well, like many of the sites that we visit in the swell, it would either be the Fremont people the Ancestral Pueblo, or sometimes known as the Anasazi, and it could even be the Ute. But according to archaeological record, where we're going today, up here, is attributed to the Fremont people, because a lot of the other petroglyphs and pictographs in this area are depicted in their style. This specific site, they have dated to about 1000 to 1200 AD, so making them around 800 to 1000 years old. So it's always important when visiting cultural sites like this to be respectful, to try to understand the way of life of these peoples and have the utmost respect and reverence when you visit these places. So, anyways, enough of me yapping. Let's keep on going up this beautiful canyon. Well, there's water in this canyon, which makes sense why the ancestral people lived here. Though I'm not sure I would want to drink that water. Anyways, we're going to find a way around it because it kind of goes all the way back and around through here, and then we're going to keep on going on. So on my last scan through, when I was just doing that last bit of film, I thought I saw something up in here. And if I get in closely, you can see the remnants of an old house up in there. I believe that's where we're headed, is up into those alcoves. So what we'll do is we'll try to see if we can come back over to that spot. It does not look like there's any way up to it. But there's 2 alcoves over here that we're gonna check out and see if there's anything inside of them. I know they say there is, but you can never be too sure. But so far, this place is just gorgeous. Also, the road. There's a couple places where maybe a stock vehicle like a Tacoma or a Ranger, Silverado, or maybe even a Subi or something like that probably couldn't make it through. But overall, if you got a Jeep or something with, you know, a good lift, good 4-wheel drive, you can make it all the way out here. So, just so you know, as of right now, beginning of September 2024, you can make it all the way out here, just drive out. It's not like it's secret or anything. It's all public. From down here, you can see why the natives here would love to live up in here. Up in here, there's a little cliff edge, which you probably can't make out, that kind of just blocks out everything from you being able to see in it. It provides good shade, during the summer and cover from rain and snow. So let's keep on making our way up to this one, and then one right over there, and then we'll go back to the one on the other side here in a minute. Well, here's the view from the first alcove that we decided to climb. And I went to the one to the right. The other one on the left is on the other side because I wanted to get this one out of the way. Apparently this one's the hardest. Now, let's see what we can see behind. I already see one of the petroglyphs. Whew. It is a pretty loose rock up here. Time has not been kind to this site. I do see some stacked rocks or ruins of what's left of this structure here. So let's get over on the other side. I want to kind of pay attention to where I'm putting my foot or my feet so I don't damage this spot. Man, can't talk. I'm gonna grab some water first. So anyways, in a few seconds, you'll see what I'm gonna see. So we can see from right here is that there's clay up under this flat rock that was likely built across here and over here that would have protected from underneath this alcove. You can tell that a lot of it has fallen, leaving this basically nothing left. So what's cool right here, and again, I'm not touching, these are scratch marks where they would have sharpened their tools. like their arrows, their knives, and stuff like that. You can see them all over the place. But in between it, you can see some guy named Oma or something like that defaced it. Unfortunately, this place has been graffitied over most recently, because one of the photos I have of this place doesn't have those there. But these are some petroglyphs that are at this site, along with a bunch of graffiti. Here's the sad part. There used to be panels all through this. Either they've fallen down now or been completely defaced by people coming and visiting this place. So at first glance, you probably see these little divots, right? They don't look like anything, maybe just natural. They're not very deep. But these little scratches, whoops, right here and right here, and these three right here, where they would have ground their food or done more sharpening of their tools. So right here, you can see what looks like a man in a pictograph, plus something's carved out and highlighted. That looks more recently, because in comparison, you have that right there, which is basically the same as that, but just not filled with color. And up here you can see as if it was like painted almost. You can see the brush strokes. And then that long squiggly. And that mark right there makes you wonder what they were conveying right there. So I have a program that it's called, I think it's called D-Stretch. Haven't used it in some time. I'm gonna take some pictures of these and this wall and mess with the color schemes to see if we can't make some of these come to life. And if it shows anything, I'll put it here. I mean, I'll let you guys interpret what you want. All right, let's head on back down and then back up to the next side. I did hear some people coming around fairly loud. Oh, there they are. Yeah, so I just want to get down and give them their space. See? There's some people. Well, you gotta go up all that scree up into this alcove, see what's in there. That's a lot more steep than I thought. So far, deep inside this alcove, there's nothing but graffiti, unfortunately. Well, you can tell it was used. There's a bunch of scrape marks, grinding spots, a lot of flat rocks. I don't think this was ever used for like houses or anything like that, but still a beautiful place nonetheless. Now I'm gonna get out of here before these people get here. This was starting to get loud and came out here to be in the silence. It looks fairly recent, but still. It's kind of cool, whatever it is. It is getting hot. So I took a gamble and decided to come higher. For reference, the alcove is over there, and I had to go down and then come back up. Well, it's not much. There's some petroglyphs. Let's take a look. Now it's very faded, and it's all the way up here on this ledge. I'm gonna scour it all the way down, but it's a petroglyph nonetheless. So far, it's the singular one up here, but it was worth the heave to get up. So let's see if there's any more. Well, I got excited for a second, but not so excited anymore. Some more graffiti. Just super unfortunate. So I just came down from way up there along this, and now we're gonna make our way up to the next alcove if we can, which is right over there, to see if we can see those actual ruins that are over there, the ones that are still like somewhat intact. So without proper climbing gear, which I think you could go right through there up to the top. I'm not going to go up there. This is as far as I'm going to get. But there's an old ruin from the people that lived in this area. You might wonder why I just don't go up there and climb up to it. One, I don't have climbing gear. And two, freehand climbing isn't my thing. And then three, whenever you visit these places, especially something that looks like that it's seen better days, the test of time is barely holding on, keeping it together. You just want to leave it there. That's good enough for me, taking a peek at it with technology and the zoom on my camera. You know, I could see it right from where I'm at, and it's a beautiful place. There's no reason to go up there and, you know, have to have someone come out and get me if I get stuck or accidentally, you know, toppling over what's left. So why put myself in that position? I mean, I'm out here in all this beautiful landscape. That's enough for me. And unfortunately, it's not enough for some people who come out here and, you know, end up graffitiing these places like we've seen, or they push down the ruins and they desecrate these places. You know, I'm not like 100% firm believer in a lot of the things that science and all these people ask you to do, but I do have a respect for my elders and elders of other people, and I respect these people and their way of life out here and what they left and the stories that could be learned from them and what we could apply moving forward. Anyways, I've been rambling enough. Just know that when you come out here, respect these places, leave them as they are, leave your footprints, take pictures and videos, and just bask in beautiful Mother Earth. But we're gonna head on back down the trail, get back to my truck. If I see anything else, I will surely add it to the end of this. Look what I found. Some mule deer down there. This one just saw me. I don't know where it went. Well, apparently they saw me. Oh, that was cool. See, life is everywhere. From lizards to snakes to bugs to birds to deer. There's even elk in this canyon. It's just beautiful. Well, that was something cool. So, but anyways, now I think it's time to say goodbye. Almost back to the truck. And then on to the next. And one last thing before I go. If this is your thing, you like taking adventures, like backpacking, fishing, through hiking, you know, going and looking for petroglyphs and pictographs, visiting Native American habitation sites, do a little bit of it all. So, if you would be so kind, if this is something you like, hit subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you next week. Put out stuff every week and whatnot, so love to have you. And now we'll really see you on the next.